Did you know that New Orleans experiences an average of 60 rainy days per year? Not just a little drizzle, but substantial rainfall that at times overwhelms the city's infrastructure. Situated in a unique geographical position, the city lies below sea level, making it particularly susceptible to flooding. This vulnerability is not a recent development, but rather a chronic issue that the city has grappled with for centuries. In fact, the frequency of flooding in New Orleans has been a persistent concern, impacting the city's infrastructure, economy, and the daily lives of its residents. Flooding is more than an inconvenience, it's a destructive force, disrupting businesses, damaging homes, and creating hazardous conditions. The city's unique position also presents a significant challenge to its drainage system. When it rains, the water has nowhere to go but up, resulting in widespread street flooding. This has been further exacerbated in recent years by issues with the city's Sewerage and Water Board's power supply, which hinders the effectiveness of the drainage system. The city's struggle with water is not a new phenomenon, but a centuries-old battle. New Orleans' battle against water dates back to its founding in 1718. Over the centuries, the city has seen numerous floods, each leaving its mark on the city's history. This city, built below sea level, has always had an uneasy relationship with water, and its history is punctuated with tales of rising waters and the human struggle to keep them at bay. Let's take a step back in time to the Great Mississippi Flood of 1927. Recognized as one of the most destructive river floods in the history of the United States, this deluge caused widespread damage and its effects were felt acutely in New Orleans. This event triggered a significant overhaul of the city's flood control infrastructure, leading to the construction of a levee system and pumping stations. Fast forward to the 20th century and we encounter Hurricane Betsy in 1965. Betsy, a brutal force of nature, inundated over half the city, leading to a renewed focus on improving New Orleans' flood defenses. This disaster led to the creation of the Hurricane Protection Project, a concerted effort to safeguard the city against future storms. Perhaps the most well-known event in recent history is Hurricane Katrina in 2005. Katrina exposed the city's vulnerabilities in a stark and unforgiving way. The failure of the levees and the resulting floodwaters led to one of the worst disasters in the history of the United States. It was a grim wake-up call demonstrating the dire need for robust and reliable flood defenses. These events have shaped the city's infrastructure and city planning. After each disaster, New Orleans has risen, dusted off the silt, and begun the process of rebuilding and improving. The city's history is a testament to human resilience in the face of nature's fury. It also underscores the vital importance of infrastructure and planning in mitigating the effects of flooding. These historical events serve as harsh reminders of the city's precarious relationship with water. They underscore the importance of continuous improvements to the city's flood defense systems, and they serve as stark reminders of the power of nature and the human struggle to live in harmony with it. New Orleans boasts one of the world's most extensive pumping systems, a testament to the city's ongoing fight against water. This intricate system is the city's defensive backbone, protecting it from the constant threat of flooding. But how did it come to be? Let's travel back in time to the 19th century. The city was frequently inundated, and something had to be done. Thus, the first steam-powered pumps were introduced. These mechanical marvels, though primitive by today's standards, were a significant step forward in managing the city's water issues. As we moved into the 20th century, the steam engines gave way to more efficient, electrically powered pumps. This transition marked a new era in the city's fight against flooding, with the new technology offering increased capacity and reliability. The pumps were now able to move vast amounts of water out of the city, mitigating the impacts of heavy rainfall and keeping the streets dry. But the evolution didn't stop there. Over the years, the pumping system has seen continuous improvements. Today, it is a complex network of pumps and canals capable of moving billions of gallons of water. It's a system that works tirelessly around the clock to protect the city and its residents. However, this isn't just a story of technological triumph, it's also a tale of challenges and vulnerabilities. The system has faced its share of issues, from power failures to mechanical breakdowns, highlighting the monumental task of keeping a city dry that's been built below sea level. And then there are the recent events. On April 10th, 2024, during heavy rains, the city's Sewerage and Water Board experienced power failures that hindered the drainage system, leading to widespread street flooding. Despite valiant efforts to restore power, some pumps remained offline, resulting in substantial flooding. This incident has thrown a stark light on the city's drainage system's ongoing vulnerabilities, stirring up discussions for reforms. Yet even this impressive system has its limits, as recent events have shown. Ongoing events of flooding happening in New Orleans have frustrated the residents in the area, and many have low expectations of improvement. This isn't a sentiment of doom and gloom, rather a call to arms to understand and confront the complexities and failures of history which have led to a lost institutional memory and years of broken promises. Flooding events have happened in New Orleans even when the amount of rainfall did not appear to be a significant threat to New Orleans. This city, already located below sea level, continues to sink each year, which puts it at an ever-increased risk of inundation as each year passes. The sea doesn't rise like a slow-filling bathtub. It's more like a creeping shadow, insidiously seeping into low-lying areas, amplifying the impact of even minor flooding events. Then there's the issue of increased rainfall. As the atmosphere warms, it holds more moisture. More moisture equals more rain. And more rain, of course, means more flooding. The city's pumps work tirelessly, but the sheer volume of water can be overwhelming. A single heavy downpour, as we've seen in the past, can paralyze the city, turning streets into rivers and homes into islands. These historic changes and technological challenges aren't just problems for the future, they're challenges we're facing today. They add another layer of complexity to the city's already intricate drainage system, and they necessitate new approaches to city planning and infrastructure. We can't just rely on the methods of the past. We need to innovate, adapt, and evolve. The city's infrastructure needs to be resilient, capable of withstanding the onslaught of rising seas and torrential rains. More than that, it needs to be sustainable, ensuring the city can thrive in the face of aging infrastructure that needs to be combined with modern technology, not just survive. For far too long, the leadership of New Orleans, Louisiana, and the USA have kicked the can down the road and failed to fully address the very obvious problems with the pump system. It's a reality that underscores the urgency of finding solutions to the city's flooding problem that combines the proven reliability of the legacy systems with modern technological upgrades to enhance the total drainage system. Because if we don't act now, the city we love could be lost to the encroaching waters as it slowly sinks further beneath sea level year by year. It's not enough to tread water, we need to learn how to swim. Despite the challenges, New Orleans remains resilient, continually adapting and innovating to keep the water at bay. The city, steeped in history, music, and a zest for life, is no stranger to adversity, yet it always finds a way to rise above the floodwaters to keep the rhythm of life going. Looking ahead, the city's approach to tackling its flooding problem is multifaceted. A key focus is enhancing infrastructure, harnessing the power of nature and human technology to manage water effectively. Imagine rain gardens and permeable pavements dotting the cityscape, not only beautifying the environment but also serving a practical purpose. By absorbing, storing, and filtering rainwater, these installations can help mitigate the risk of flooding. City planning, too, is being reimagined. The emphasis is on creating a resilient urban landscape that can work in harmony with the old places and spaces New Orleans is famous for. This involves improving the design of new buildings and public spaces, as well as strengthening the city's critical infrastructure, such as the drainage system. Yet these technical solutions alone are not enough. The heart of New Orleans, after all, is its people. It's the community that brings the city to life, and it's the community that has the power to safeguard its future. Staying informed about these issues, participating in local initiatives, voicing your opinions. These are all ways that you, as a member of the community, can contribute to shaping the future of New Orleans. The city's journey towards resilience is a shared one, a testament to the spirit of resilience and collaboration that defines New Orleans. The challenges posed by flooding and political failures may be daunting, but remember, this is a city that knows how to dance in the rain, to find joy in the midst of adversity. The future of New Orleans depends on our collective ability to adapt and innovate in the face of ongoing environmental conditions and deteriorating infrastructure. Stay informed, get involved, and help shape the future trajectory of this vibrant city.
Nolan Janet here, and thanks so much for watching. And just go ahead and destroy this video right here to keep up with the fun.